Happy New Year, besties, and welcome to our end of the year marathon. It has been one heck of a ride, and today we'll revisit some of the messiest relationships we discussed over here at RRG.
Ooh, I'm always in the mood for some hot, stinking mess.
But before we get into it, your Uncle Reggie's gonna pour himself a cup of that brown, and let me see if I could get your Auntie Regina to stop stirring them chitlins and come serenade y'all. Hey, Auntie, come show the besties what you working with.
If you ask me to, I just might eat some snacks and keep them in my mouth forever. Our online concession stand at rrgsnacks.com has all of our favorite goodies back in stock, from Western barbecue bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, butter toffee peanuts, and gummy sour peach rings. We know. JT and Lil Uzi Vert aren't the type of celebrities we typically cover over here at your favorite YouTube channel. But after digging deeper into the rappers' relationship, we discovered that their romance is a hot, stinking mess. Before we jump into today's video, go on ahead and open up your throw baby and gobble up these goodies from rrgsnacks.com. This story begins in July 2018 when JT began her prison sentence for credit card fraud charges. Act up, you can get snatched up. In 2019, she was released to a halfway house in Atlanta. By that point, she and Uzi were in communication with each other, and he asked if he could take her out on a date. She told Respectfully Justin podcast that he came to visit her at the halfway house and handed her a bag of money. She said, "I had a little Chanel bag," and he was like, "Take as much as you can. I could only fit $30,000, and I was so mad. See, you bitches don't wear enough clothes nowadays. You'd have more places to stash. You need to be ready at all times. Because, baby, I would have stuffed myself like a scarecrow. You hear me? See, if you had a bra on and some shoes and socks, you could have put a stash in each side of your bra, in your panties, in your socks, your shoes, see, your pocket. Auntie Regina be trying to teach y'all, but y'all don't want to listen. In addition to showering her with money, he took her to the Louis Vuitton store and Taco Bell. A cheesy gordita crunch sound good as hell right about now, with a margarita and some sour peach rings off in it. JT said they had to make it quick because she had to be back at the halfway house by a certain time. But their relationship progressed from that point forward. She said, "I don't want to keep talking because it's going to seem like I'm bragging. I have a good man." By the summer of 2020, things had taken a turn for the worse. A woman posted an image of Uzi planting a big juicy kiss on her lips. Uzi said it was an old photo and the woman was just a fan. He also said he was high when the picture was taken. That sounds fun as hell. However, online users noticed the woman had a mask that was hanging below her chin, which led many to believe the photograph was taken sometime during the pandemic. In other words, Uzi was caught out in them streets being a little cheetah pumpkin eater. And spreading that COVID-19 look like. When the woman took to social media to tell her side of the story, JT responded by calling her desperate to be known. That's when the woman went for the jugular. She wrote, "I could make this hoe cry by posting one little thing. I'm not proving no points to this old mad ass." JT dared the woman to post her receipts. She also told the woman she was embarrassed for her and embarrassed that Uzi slipped up with the bitch with loose lips. Let me get this right. So her man was caught cheating and she's sitting online defending him? Fix it, Jesus. Then came October 2020. There were rumors that JT had dropped Uzi like a hot potato. She took to her Twitter to write that she couldn't believe she used to be with someone who called her black and crunchy behind her back. A day or so later, she posted on Twitter that she would rather drink glass than to ever F with that F-boy ever again. Well, damn. In another subliminal tweet, she referred to someone as a clown and said that it doesn't get any better than her because the rest of the women out there are ran through. Fans speculated she was talking about Uzi. However, JT never confirmed the allegations. By her 28th birthday on December 3rd, 2020, they had patched things up. Uzi surprised her by getting her G-Wagon wrapped with a new body kit, new wheels, and her iced-out initials on the grill. Now, let's fast forward to February 2021. Despite Uzi tweeting that he only loved himself, his and JT's relationship was still going strong. In March 2021, fans noticed JT was wearing what appeared to be an engagement ring. Shortly after the speculation swept the internet, Uzi's ex-girlfriend, Brittany Bird, exposed some texts Uzi had sent her.
Lord, this is finna get messy.
Uzi was blowing her up in the messages. He also denied his relationship with JT. And you know JT loves her some Twitter, so she headed straight to the social media site to tweet, "Nah, she left thinking he was gonna chase her, and he ran the other way. If you so over it and free, why you posting screenshots?"
City girls down bad, y'all. Why is she constantly arguing over this little ninja with his goofy looking ass?
As fans questioned why she continued to deal with the constant drama in their relationship, a defensive JT answered,
"'Cause I can. What y'all gonna do?"
"Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved." After this debacle, Uzi took to Twitter to declare that JT was the one. He also referred to her as his dark queen.
Why this little ninja always gotta make a color reference towards her? Dark queen, black and crunchy. I mean, he just got a lot of nerve to keep coming for somebody. Is this the same ninja that decided to embed a 10-carat ass diamond in his fucking forehead? Got tattoos all over his fucking face and need braces. This ninja got the nerve to talk about somebody? Okay.
Girl, I think he just meant dark as in broody, moody, and mean.
Oh, well say that then.
During a May 2021 interview with W Magazine, Uzi said JT kept him calm and helped balance him out. That same month, a magazine cover of the couple in their drawers leaked on social media. Uzi's ex Brittany commented with a sock emoji and LMFAO underneath the photo, which implied that Uzi had stuffed his underwear to give the appearance of a bigger dangalang. And you already know it doesn't take much to set JT off. She hopped on Twitter, and in a series of deleted tweets, she told Brittany, "Who would literally die to be in my shoes with the success I have? All nigga and drip aside, I shit on your whole fake life, homeless ass helper."
Did she mean to say heifer? Because heifer would go real good right there.
JT added that after being in a 3-year relationship with Uzi, Brittany had nothing to show for it but drip pics and text messages. JT said, "You not a baby mama, wife, nothing. Move on, animated grasshopper."
Not an animated grasshopper. That's what we gonna start calling the RRG haters. Animated grasshoppers.
Then came the 4th of July weekend, 2021. Brittany was in Hollywood with a musician named St. John, whom she was rumored to be dating. They were at a cafe when Uzi jumped out of an Escalade and got into a verbal altercation with St. John. Uzi threw a punch at St. John and missed.
God, with his uncoordinated ass. Little ass fist. Sit your bite-sized ass down somewhere.
And that's when Brittany got up from the table and confronted Uzi. Uzi then allegedly pushed a gun into her stomach and hit her. Uzi later copped a plea deal and was sentenced to 3 years probation, 1 year of treatment for mental health and substance abuse, 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling, restitution, and the judge ordered a 10-year criminal protective order. Things were quiet between him and JT. Up until April 2022, online users dug up an old tweet where Uzi told a visual artist named Distorted, "If you was meth, I would do it all day long."
Honey, no. Honey, that is not sexy. Okay, that don't make the panties wet, Uzi, at all.
Even though the tweet was from 2015, JT said it didn't matter if the tweet was old. What mattered was that Uzi lied and told her the tweet was fake. When she discovered it was real, she was too through with his little self. As for Uzi, he confirmed on Twitter that JT kicked him to the curb.
Bye, Ashy.
But you already know their breakup didn't last long. 5 months later, during an interview with Chris Smooth's Instagram channel, Uzi referred to JT as the future mother of his children.
That sounds like a great idea. Said no one ever.
2 months later, JT tweeted, "Single."
Fix it, Jesus.
However, she later deleted the tweet and clarified that she was just mad at something super petty.
Take control of your damn emotions, Jatavia. God damn it.
During an appearance on Carisha Please, JT said she and Uzi lived together, and he paid all of her bills.
Oh, okay.
He gonna keep the bills paid cause he know a bitch fine. In July 2022, Uzi changed the pronouns on his Instagram to they, them. This move, along with his androgynous outfits, led people to accuse him of being gay. When asked about changing his pronouns in an interview with 032C magazine, Uzi said he did it because he felt a level of support and acceptance from the LGBTQ community.
So Uzi said their pronouns are they, them, and you still referring to them as a he. Y'all so damn messy.
He also addressed the gay rumors in the song Flooded the Face, where he raps,
Testing.
First of all, I fuck gay bitches a day. How could you ever say Lil Uzi gay? 4 of them raw, 4 of them safe. Think I'm splitting neons before you debate?
Ninja, what? What he talking about? Ninja, so what that mean?
For JT's 30th birthday in December 2022, he bought her a Rolls-Royce SUV. Days later, they showed off tattoos of each other's names.
Ding, ding, ding. That's a red flag.
Of course, 2023 brought more drama. Attendees at the 2023 BET Awards captured footage of JT throwing her phone at Uzi and walking out of the venue. Online blogs stated the altercation started because JT was upset that Uzi was talking to fellow rapper Ice Spice. JT later clarified during an appearance on The Breakfast Club that it had nothing to do with Ice Spice. And she was mad because Uzi left her behind to go sit next to ASAP Bari.
Girl, stop lying.
In July 2023, JT got into an online beef with a blogger named Ken Barbie. In messages posted to social media, Ken Barbie, who referred to Uzi as his alter ego Leslie, implied that Uzi had recently linked up with his ex, Brittany. Ken Barbie also dropped the name of a woman named Saudia B, who many believe is one of Uzi's side pieces. JT acknowledged Saudia B and downplayed her significance in Uzi's life. Fans weren't buying it though. Many of them referenced a 2020 song Uzi released with Future called Marnie on Me, where Uzi raps,
"Swag like Saudia B." That'll do it.
And yes, the song was released when he and JT were in a relationship.
That's messy as hell. I guess JT don't listen to his music, huh?
After Saudia defended herself, JT took to Twitter to accuse Saudia of sleeping around and having nothing to show for it.
Just be so, have nothing going on in life. Like, they literally have nothing going on in life. Like, the bitch has nothing, like jumping from dick to on a low, using their last little bit of money to dress up to go jump on more just dick jumping. Too young for that at that. Then when you get home, your sore, you ain't got shit. I got a job and my got a job, so me and you can never be the same. Be trying to make it seem like it's about a I don't argue over my but I'm gonna defend my motherfucking self-hoe every time.
Saudia responded by saying she wasn't about to go back and forth over a ninja she wasn't even dealing with. She ended her message by accusing JT of being obsessed with her, and she called her a crack baby.
Not a damn crack baby.
By October 2023, it was clear that there was some major trouble in paradise. While updating fans about his life on his Instagram story, Uzi admitted that he was going through a stressful time that had impacted all the relationships around him. He said, "I'm not as close to my family as I should be. My relationship isn't in the best shape. I just want to breathe." He felt alone, and he was done with having so many voices controlling his life. He also said he would give up all the money and perks to return to a normal life. When JT's 31st birthday rolled around, Uzi felt good enough to surprise her with a brand new Maserati and a Chanel bag. So the recurring theme in their relationship goes a little something like this. They have some good times together, they get into an argument that usually plays out on social media, and then Uzi will go out and buy her an expensive gift, and everything is good once again. And then the cycle keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. As of this video, Uzi has deactivated his Instagram and Twitter accounts, and JT is working on her solo career, and things are still chugging along in their relationship. Do you think Uzi and his future baby mama's relationship is built to last, or do you think they need to stick a fork in this hot, stinking mess?
I be with some bodyguards like Whitney.
Kendrick Lamar rarely mentions his high school sweetheart, Whitney Alford, in interviews, which has led to a lot of speculation about their relationship. However, what people fail to realize is that Kendrick has actually opened up about their romance in the lyrics of his chart-topping songs. And guess what, besties? Kendrick might not have loyalty inside his DNA after all.
Lord, this is finna be messy, ain't it?
He was raised in Compton, California during the height of the crack epidemic. According to the news article, Kendrick previously stated his uncles ran drugs out of the project apartments where he lived as a little boy. While attending Centennial High School, it was evident he had a gift after developing a love for writing poetry. Wherever he went, he saw a potential audience as an opportunity for him to get the 4 things he wanted the most: social power, influence, respect, and attention from girls. While in school, he started dating fellow student Whitney Alford. Not much is known about Whitney outside of the lengthy captions she sometimes leaves on her Instagram posts. She was born in May 1986, and she reportedly had a troubled relationship with her African-American father. In an Instagram post, she wrote that she witnessed most fathers run away from their responsibilities. It made her realize they were running from their own pain and lacked the skills to properly communicate. Because of this, Father's Day was one of the most difficult holidays for her to celebrate. Kendrick released his first mixtape in high school, and after graduating in 2006, he skipped college to pursue a career in the music industry. As for Whitney, she enrolled at California State University, Long Beach, and obtained a degree in accounting. She later became a licensed esthetician.
Say she went from numbers to needles. Okay then. Okay.
On his 2009 mixtape called the Kendrick Lamar EP, there's a song called She Needs Me. In the lyrics, Kendrick talks about a flawless woman who has confidence in how she carries herself. At the beginning of the song, he insists that she needs him to be happy. But by the time the song is over, he realizes that he's the one who can't live without her. The following year, he released another mixtape called Overly Dedicated. On the track Growing Apart to Get Closer, he alludes to being a little cheater, pumpkin eater.
Lord, here we go. Here we go.
He raps,
Testing.
Meanwhile, I'm in these streets with everybody. I'm trying to get it and she know they got me. I watch her feelings watch me as they staring with the saddest eyes of loneliness.
Child. What the was that? That's not rapping. That's just talking. You just on a track talking. This should just be an EP of poetry, okay? That ain't rapping. Child, bars my ass.
And then came 2011. He appeared on Drake's Take Care album on the song Buried Alive interlude. Kendrick raps,
"The reason why my best friend say she love me more than life, but I live a double life and need to let her go."
I'm about sick of his ass. That ain't rapping.
We believe it was around this time that he and Whitney broke up, and he started dating a rapper named Nitty Scott. Nitty told Hot 97 that they were together prior to the release of Kendrick's 2011 debut studio album. Nitty said that the people in charge of her career didn't think Kendrick was a good look for her, and they were uncomfortable with the relationship. Due to outside influences, their relationship was unable to flourish.
That was my boo. I was seeing him and him only for at least a year.
And you guys are still cool?
Yeah, that is still the homie.
RRG can confirm that she's still following him on Instagram.
Y'all so damn nosy.
Kendrick released Good Kid, Mad City in 2012. Within his lyrics, Kendrick divulged his inner struggles, most notably in the song Swimming Pools, where he raps about his troubles with alcohol and his family's history of addiction. Behind the scenes, he was also dealing with low self-esteem, and he found it difficult to accept that he deserved to be where he was in his career. He told Rolling Stone he also had a lot of discomfort, especially being around white people, because he never had a lot of interactions with them while growing up. He added, "But at the same time, you're excited because you're in a different environment. The world keeps going outside the neighborhood." Another issue he had to face was his extreme desire to be alone. His mom told the magazine he was always a loner, and he spent most of his time in the corner of a room observing people.
I told y'all Kendrick needs some therapy. He needs some therapy, okay? Because if he thought that was rapping on them first albums and he was just talking, it was like he was giving himself therapy in the talking. That wasn't rapping. In the Talk album, we're going to call that the Talk EP. He need therapy. Bless his heart.
Billboard magazine defined him as an introvert with an extrovert's job. Kendrick told the publication that he was often called a recluse, and there was a lot of truth in that title. he hit the road and started touring across the globe. During a 2013 chat with Erykah Badu for Interview magazine, it was clear he was still living single. Erykah asked about his protocol for choosing the right groupies to join him for the night.
With her freaky self. I wonder if she gave him a free sample of her incense. I think I might sell me some Auntie Regina incense. Would y'all buy that if we put it in the snacks?
Kendrick answered that he was too paranoid that an innocent and consensual act could be misconstrued, leading to allegations that could ruin his life. When Erykah asked him to name the one person in his crew who lets him know when he's being an a-hole, Kendrick said he had two, but the main one was a lady friend he had known since high school. He added, "She has always been someone since day one who has said something whenever I'm an asshole or also if I'm doing something positive, but more so when I'm out of my element." It was obvious he was talking about Whitney, and by the time the 2014 Grammys rolled around, they had reconciled, and she joined him at the event as his plus one. A writer for the New York Times followed Kendrick for about 3 weeks while he was on tour. The writer stated that Kendrick was an alpha male and commanded humble submission and respect from whomever was in the room. Whitney was always around, and she was apparently so at ease sassing him and asserting her dominance that the writer thought she was Kendrick's sister.
Not his damn sister. So what you saying is they ain't got no kind of romantic chemistry. Oh, okay.
By early 2015, Whitney was wearing a huge rock on her left ring finger. Kendrick confirmed their engagement during an April 2015 interview with The Breakfast Club. He added that everyone around him, including Whitney, has been there for him since day one, and he honors those who are loyal to him. Not everyone was celebrating his engagement, though. A woman named Rashida Marie Strober, who calls herself a dark-skinned activist, took to her Facebook to express her disappointment over Kendrick getting engaged to a multiracial, light-skinned woman. In her caption, she wrote, "Well, would you looky here, another fake conscious mother exposed. I will never support him nor his music with one dime of my money and encourage all dark-skinned women not to either."
I mean, I understand what she's saying. I do get it, believe me. Anyway, what was he supposed to do when he was clicking with the girl? Say, let's pause this. I need to find a dark-skinned girl that I have chemistry with. You know what I'm saying? It just, they don't, girl, go find you a light-skinned man, get your back blown out, and get somewhere and sit down. Hell, that's all that's wrong with you.
Kendrick was clearly unconcerned with what anyone thought about his relationship. He opened up to Billboard magazine about his new fiancée by saying, "I wouldn't even call her my girl. That's my best friend.
Best friend?
I don't even like the term that society has put in the world as far as being a companion. She's somebody I can tell my fears to."
No.
Whitney has been featured on several of his songs, and on his 2017 album, Damn, there's a song called Love, where he refers to Whitney as his homie for life.
His homie? Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. Like, at some point, you would expect him to be like, she erupts my emotions, or she makes my heart go skippity-doo. You know what I'm saying? Or she lights my fire. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I ain't heard no reference like that yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard him mention that one time about her. What's up? Homie, best friend, they joking around. My man got one time to call me friend. That's it. You get one time to call me your best friend. After that, I'm your woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one. I'm it. I'm that girl.
Whitney gave birth to their first child, Uzi, in July 2019. 3 years later, Kendrick released his 5th studio album. The cover art was quite surprising as it showed Kendrick, Whitney, Uzi, and a new addition to their family that his fans were unaware of. The couple later confirmed they had welcomed a baby boy named Enoch. There were also some surprising revelations on the album. In the song Mother I Sober, Kendrick comes clean about his community dang-a-lang. He raps, "Intoxicated, there's a lustful nature that I fail to mention. Insecurities that I project sleeping with other women. Whitney's hurt the pure soul I know. I found her in the kitchen. Asking God, where did I lose myself and can it be forgiven?"
I'm so sick of his talking, rapping ass.
He goes on to explain that Whitney asked him if he had a sex addiction, and Kendrick lied to her and said no.
The ninja is just a cheater. Ain't no damn sex addiction. That's just a question you ask when you want an explanation as to why your man is cheating on you, because he's a cheater, okay?
After the release of his 5th studio album, Whitney became a bit more active on Instagram. In her captions, she is candid about her mental health struggles. In a May 2022 post, she explained how she was used to hiding her emotions and pain. She added, "Silence has been my superpower, protecting me in the most vulnerable spaces. Then I was referred to a great therapist. After a few years of hard work, I can finally say I hear my own voice again, and it's very powerful." She said that allowing the world in and sharing her experience is one of her greatest fears, but living in her truth is very important to her. In November 2023, she posted a new photo, and fans couldn't help but notice her big-ass head. Whitney was sporting a shaved look in the photo of herself with her 2 children.
Lottie got more head than she got body. Did y'all just say that girl had a big ass head? Oh, damn, it is big.
Now, some people believe that when a woman makes such a drastic change to her hair, it's a sign that she's going through relationship issues. Although we couldn't find any studies or research papers that prove this point, based on what Kendrick has admitted to putting her through in the past, we wouldn't be surprised if they were experiencing more relationship drama. And then the speculation was confirmed. Whitney posted another caption explaining how 2022 was both a brutal and beautiful year. She added that she could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. That brings us to 2024. After having a long-standing beef with Drake and taking shots at him on Future's song Like That, Drake retaliated with an alleged diss track called Push-Ups, Drop and Give Me 50. Drake not only targets The Weeknd, Rick Ross, and Metro Boomin, but he emptied the clip on Kendrick too by rapping,
I be with some bodyguards like Whitney.
I be with bodyguards like Whitney on the movie. Like, that was hard.
Some might say this is a reference to Whitney Houston's movie The Bodyguard. Others believe Drake was implying that Kendrick's fiancée Whitney was cheating on him with some bodyguards. DJ Academics explained how dangerous it was for Drake to involve Whitney in his beef with Kendrick. Kendrick has yet to respond to Drake's diss. Academics played another diss track called Hi Whitney, which was supposedly recorded by Drake. But according to Academics, Drake messaged him and confirmed that Hi Whitney was a fan-made AI song. As of this video, Kendrick and Whitney have been engaged for 9 years.
Now, Kendrick done already told y'all he don't like the word they use for companion in our society. He done already set it up, child. He ain't trying to get married. And y'all already know how Auntie Regina feels about long engagements. Ding, ding, ding. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. Red flag on the play. All right.
Wanya Morris experienced international success when he and his Boyz II Men groupmates dominated the charts in the 90s. One aspect of his life that is shrouded in mystery is his previous relationship with fellow R&B singer Brandy Norwood. There are a lot of rumors and misinformation about their romance, and we're gonna break it all down as we dive deep into her dating history.
But Brandy and I were really, really close. Once she turned of age, we had been hanging around each other so much. We've been hanging around each other so much that there became to be some sort of connection, an intimate connection.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time, you know.
But before we jump into it, I want some snacks in the morning, some snacks in the evening, sour peach rings. I need some butter toffee peanuts that can satisfy me. Don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of Western barbecue bacon jerky, blue raspberry licorice, and butter toffee peanuts.
Let me tell y'all something. Them butter toffee peanuts is the damn devil.
During an Instagram live session, Wanya stated that Brandy's mom, Sonia, reached out to him and his manager because Brandy was a big fan of his music. Now, keep in mind, Wanya was born on July 29, 1973, and Brandy was born on February 11, 1979. This means they have close to a 6-year age difference.
What happened is we actually, you know, she became kind of like my little protege. You know what I mean?
So anyway, Wanya went on to say he was the one who helped her snag the role on the 1993 sitcom Thea. When the show first premiered in September of that year, Brandy was 14 and Wanya was 20, but he insisted that they were just friends. In 1994, Brandy's debut self-titled studio album was released, which included the song Broken Hearted. The album was certified quadruple platinum in the US and sold 6 million copies worldwide. The following year, 15-year-old Brandy and R&B group Subway were the opening acts on Boyz II Men's national tour.
When it came time for Brandy to introduce herself to the world, I'm the one that actually put her on the Boyz II Men tour. Okay, so she was with me. You know, she was my friend.
During her Behind the Music episode, Brandy said while on tour, she fell in love with Wanya, who was 21 by that point. Because she was so young, she was afraid to share her feelings. But one day, she said she finally found the courage to speak up. She said, "I just told him that I loved him and thanked him for making me feel the way I feel because I had never felt that way before." They became a couple, and Brandy told Behind the Music, "I was on a high. It was love. It was real love."
Now he need his ass beat.
They kept their romance a secret, but she said at some point she told her mom what was going on. Unsurprisingly, Sonia wasn't pleased with the age difference.
Her mother was definitely, you know, a part of our relationship. Her mother and father was a part of our relationship. They allowed me to guide Brandy and to help her through her career. They understood that we had grown close, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
While still on tour together, Wanya got his hands on a copy of Brandy's debut album. He really fell in love with the song Broken Hearted and suggested that they turn it into a duet. They did, and the remix was released in August 1995. Years later, blogger Hollywood Street King revealed that Brandy reportedly got pregnant. According to the blogger, Brandy allegedly terminated the pregnancy. We were unable to confirm if this information is true, but we're gonna call Cap.
I see what you did there, bestie. Trying to cover your ass, ain't you? I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you.
Brandy was bitten by the acting bug once again, and in January 1996, she became the star of Moesha.
My mom and I wrote the theme song to the Brandy show. So Brandy and I were really, really close.
Months later, in April 1996, NBA-bound high school senior Kobe Bryant met Brandy at the Essence Awards. Kobe's mom told the Philadelphia Daily News that Kobe came home from the event and said, "I met such a nice, beautiful, intelligent, sweet person." According to E! News, Kobe wanted to ask Brandy to be his date for prom, but he was a little shy. One of his high school classmates told the Philadelphia Inquirer that Kobe would bring a teen magazine to class and it had a picture of Brandy in it. Every day he would say, "I'm gonna bring this girl to prom." And his classmates told him he was crazy. Eventually, he asked someone in the industry to contact Brandy. When she received the call on Kobe's behalf, she told the Philadelphia newspaper, "I thought he was cute. I read about him after I met him. And then I saw he was going somewhere in life, and I thought I would love to go to the prom with him." She said she had to ask her mom first, but Wanya later said in an Instagram live session,
Kobe Bryant was graduating from high school that year. Brandy was my girlfriend, and her mom and I, we both made it so that Brandy was able to go on tour. On the prom with Kobe Bryant.
Since she was still dating Wanya at the time, it's likely that she used the prom for PR purposes since all eyes were on Kobe, and it was an excellent way for Brandy to bring some attention to Moesha. In May 1996, she accompanied Kobe to his high school prom. After the dance, they went out for a late dinner, and Brandy later told the Philadelphia Daily News, "I pecked him twice. His lips were soft."
Yeah. Say what now? What in the Motown Philly is going on here?
So was Brandy lying, or was she cheating on Wanya? We're unsure, but we do know that she and Kobe attended the premiere of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Eraser in the summer of 1996, and Kobe made his acting debut on a September 1996 episode of Moesha right before he made his debut with the Los Angeles Lakers. In 1997, Kobe's dad, Joe Bryant, told People magazine that Brandy and Kobe were just friends. Joe added, "She comes to the games and she's friends with his sisters, but it's nothing romantic."
You don't know. You don't know what them kids be doing, Joe.
As we all know, Kobe went on to marry Vanessa in 2001. Despite some bumps and a separation, they remained married until his untimely 2020 passing. Still determined to keep her real relationship a secret, Brandy told Vibe magazine that Kobe was cute, but she said she had her sights set on someone else. That someone else was most likely her secret boyfriend, Wanya, of course. Brandy's relationship with her mom, Sonia, became extremely strained while she was dating Wanya. In an interview with Vibe magazine, Sonia revealed that one of the biggest issues Brandy has to this day is her belief that Sonia stood in the way and never allowed Brandy's relationship with Wanya to blossom.
Maybe because your ass was a teenager and you was dating a 20-something-year-old man. Maybe that was what the problem was, Brandy.
Meanwhile, R&B singer Adina Howard, who was also Brandy's label mate, was still riding the success of her debut studio album, Do You Wanna Ride?, which included the song Freak Like Me. Adina headed back to the studio to work on her second album, and she connected with Wanya. Despite Brandy being in the picture, Adina and Wanya started smashing.
See that, Brandy? Your mama know. Your mama knew. He was too old for your ass.
Wanya met Adina, and it's on and popping. When you meet Adina, it's on and popping.
Atlantic Records executive Sylvia Rohn told Adina to focus on her career and to leave Wanya alone. However, Adina didn't listen, and she continued to allow Wanya to smash her cheeks to smithereens.
That sounds fun as hell.
Brandy even said to her behind the music that you broke her heart because you fell in love with somebody else.
I mean, you only fall in love with somebody. You only fall out of love with somebody else if somebody makes you fall out of love.
Golly. This ninja got a lot of damn nerve. He ain't trying to take no kind of accountability, huh? I guess you just slipped and fell off in it, huh? Okay.
According to Adina's Unsung episode, Wendy Williams discovered the messy love triangle, so she called Adina.
Adina opened up like she normally would, except for she had some choice words in there for Sylvia and for Brandy. Well, that pissed Sylvia off.
When Sylvia found out Adina was talking smack, she canceled the release date of Adina's second album.
That's what her ass gets. Get to stepping.
Brandy told Behind the Music that her 2-year relationship with Wanya fell apart in 1997 after he fell in love with someone else. That someone else was Adina, of course. While she was still dealing with the breakup, Brandy still had to film episodes of Moesha. According to ABC, the pressure to look perfect caused Brandy to stop eating. Her weight plunged to 105 pounds. Brandy said, "It was destroying me, but I looked great, and that's what mattered." For whatever reason, a grown-ass man dating a teenager didn't ruffle too many feathers back in the 90s. And as more and more people became aware of Brandy and Wanya's past romance, Wanya has attempted to defend himself. During a 2021 Instagram live session, Wanya discussed the relationship as if it were no big deal. He described them as both being young, and he reiterated that he waited for Brandy to come of age before their friendship turned intimate.
Brandy and I were really, really close. Once she turned of age, we had been hanging around each other so much, we actually fell in love. Now, we were young. You know, she was my friend, and we became intimate as in a relationship. There's no lie going on here. You can ask Brandy. She will tell you the same story. Relax on what you think, because I know, because I lived it, and so did Brandy. As time progressed, we grew out of each other. Yes, it was a hurtful thing. It was a hurtful thing to break up. That's what happens. You're in a relationship and then you break up. She grew out of me and I grew out of her. Might have grown out of her a little bit faster, but you know, it's a relationship. You're young and you make decisions.
But years prior, he goofed up during an interview with The Breakfast Club, where he admitted Brandy was 15 when they started dating.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time, you know.
Mm-hmm. You was so you were still a boy too. You
I wasn't old. I wasn't like 38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to she was old enough to get it.
Okay. But was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states. We was on tour.
As of this video, some sources state he has close to 8 children by multiple women. His sons are following in his footsteps with their singing group called One More.
Shawty, don't you go far for me. Set it off for me. Off for me, yeah. Baby.
But according to Wanya, his relationship with them and their mother is strained.
Sound like you dodged a bullet to me, Brandy. Your mama knew. Sonia knew, honey. Okay. Sonia sound like a name that know, don't it? Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia. Yep. She ain't never been no joke.
As for Brandy, she attempted to give Love another shot by dating the rapper Mace. However, she told Vibe magazine he wasn't focused enough. She added, "He couldn't take me serious, and I couldn't take him serious." From there, she met a guy who wasn't in the industry. According to Vibe magazine, his jealousy destroyed everything. Brandy said, "I felt like he hated me for being me." During one incident at her apartment, he stood in front of her and called her the B word 13 times. The mistreatment escalated to him putting his hands on her. Brandy added, "I blamed myself for everything. I thought that no one else would want me." Brandy's professional life was still moving forward at full speed. Her bad relationship, non-stop schedule, and extreme dieting came to a head in 1999 during a taping of Moesha. After announcing on set that she needed a break, she jumped in her car and drove home. She told ABC she started to feel giddy and nauseous before she started hallucinating. She said, "I think I kinda snapped." She was hospitalized for 3 days, and news sources claimed doctors diagnosed her with exhaustion and dehydration. The National Enquirer ran their own report and blamed diet pills for Brandy's breakdown. According to the tabloid magazine, her issue started a year prior when she started gaining weight. A source told the Enquirer, "It was so apparent that some people joked she might be pregnant." The source alleged that in response, Brandy started taking 3 or 4 different pills and returned to the set of Moesha looking thin as a rail. Moesha ended in 2001, and Brandy told ABC she dumped her toxic boyfriend, became a vegetarian, and fired her mom as her manager to mend their relationship. She began working on her third album with some help from producer Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. While recording, she became romantically involved with Rodney's cousin, Robert Smith. Vibe magazine reported Brandy and Robert quickly got married soon after meeting. Nothing was going to stop Brandy and Robert's love from flourishing, though. She told the magazine, "I felt like, to him, nothing else mattered but me. And I love that feeling because I hadn't felt like that with anybody."
Didn't she say the same thing about Wanya? I'm just asking.
In 2002, her album Full Moon was released. That same year, Brandy gave birth to their daughter. 1 year later, their relationship was over, and it was reported that Brandy and Robert had separated. Brandy moved on with basketball player Quentin Richardson, and while promoting her 4th album, her ex Robert decided to tell the truth about their relationship.
Lord, here we go. Here we go.
In an interview with Wendy Williams' radio show in July 2004, Robert admitted he and Brandy were never legally married. And then he went to another radio station and said that Brandy was always his jump-off.
This is getting messy. Now, why the hell he want to say something after she move on with somebody? Be the busted, disgusted ninjas that, get left in the dust, didn't do right by her, didn't want to stick with her. Now you mad she moved on and happy and you want to come out the closet. Shut the hell up. We don't want to hear it.
Robert said he was dating a film producer when he found out Brandy was pregnant. Brandy's mom devised a plan to tell everyone they were married to protect Brandy's wholesome image. Robert told the radio host he reunited with the film producer following his and Brandy's breakup. As of this video, he and the film producer have gotten married and they share 5 children. Almost 2 weeks after Robert blew the lid off of their fake marriage, Brandy announced Quentin had proposed to her with an 11.5-carat diamond engagement ring. Unfortunately, just 15 months after their engagement, the wedding was called off. As of this video, Brandy has been involved in more failed relationships, including romances with rapper Sir the Baptist and Ryan Press. She told Singer's Room website, "I've been in relationships before. I've been the heartbreaker. I've had my heart broken to pieces. I just want to know the secret of making it work, 'cause time is ticking." If you're happy with yourself, clap your hands. If you're happy with yourself, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, you don't need no nigga to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Be happy with yourself, Brandy. Be happy with yourself and you will attract happiness.
Besties, are you surprised by all of the messy twists and turns in Brandy's love life?
Don't ever get into a marriage with anybody who is insecure. Kel is of the smaller statute. He's not an elf, but he's a little bit taller than an elf or a leprechaun. And so he always, had a little bit of insecurity about that. He didn't like his teeth. He didn't like his eyes. He had to wear these Coke bottle glasses. And he held a lot of that inside of him. Now, these are things that I did not know about him. But I will say that I thought I checked off all the boxes. So this man has gone on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, and is just on there lying.
Kel Mitchell and Tyisha Hampton had a great relationship by all outward appearances.
I was doing acting at the time that I met Kel. I actually met him on the set of Good Burger.
They tied the knot in 1999, welcomed 2 children, and they enjoyed the success of Kel's acting career. However, after just a few years, it all fell apart, and they've made some super messy allegations about each other in recent years.
I ended up marrying my ex-wife, because we had another baby. We had the baby, right? We had the abortion, but then we had a baby. And she ended up telling me that the baby that was aborted wasn't mine.
I am still trying to figure out why everyone is really truly believes this man's ridiculous lies. Pregnant by 3 different men. Come on, Kel, are you okay? No. I was never pregnant, and no, I never cheated on Kel. And the children that he has, that he and I have together, are his children, and he's had the DNA test. He had the DNA test immediately because, of course, the very first thing a man says when he's caught doing horrible things is that he's doing it for a reason.
After welcoming their son Lyric in 1999 and their daughter Allure in 2002, Kel's career slowed down considerably. His marriage also hit the skids.
So I was a stay-at-home mom, breastfed my kids till they were 3 years old. My kids did not even go to daycare. Nobody even watched them. They didn't even have babysitters. I was there because Kel was on drugs, and I had no idea where Kel was. In between all of that, I was still producing, writing, creating storylines for Kel. And during this time, because of the drugs, and he was no longer working on the shows, and his entire attitude, everything about him changed, and he was blacklisted from everybody and from the network again.
In 2005, he filed for divorce. Years later, Tyisha alluded to Kel's infidelity as the reason for their split.
If the person that says that, they're your husband and they're working on your relationship and all of this, but the entire time they're cheating and they're seeing prostitutes and they're paying for a prostitute's apartment building and that's where they live, but they're not telling you that's where they live.
Following their divorce, Kel told People magazine he suffered from depression and even had thoughts of taking his own life. Eventually, he started using substances in an effort to escape the pain. He turned to a higher power and now credits God for giving him strength on those hopeless days. By 2012, he found love again with a woman named Asia Lee. He and Asia welcomed a daughter named Wisdom in 2017. In 2019, he became a pastor.
Heavenly Father, fill me with the Holy Spirit in Jesus' name. Fill me with the Holy Spirit in Jesus' name. I receive it in Jesus' name. Breathe in, breathe out. And in 2020,
their son Honor was born, making Kel a father of 4. Things were finally looking up for him, but trouble was right around the corner.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
In March 2021, Tyisha popped back into the mix and exposed Kel for his alleged wrongdoing towards her and their children. In an Instagram post, she wrote that she would no longer be a victim and was determined to get everything she was owed. She also said Kel wasn't a man of God because he wasn't taking care of his responsibilities. What responsibilities was she referring to? Well, Tyisha claimed Kel had the audacity to spend $800,000 on a home in 2020 while he was only earning $630,000. She explained that level of reckless spending led to him owing her $1.2 million in child support and back taxes. As a matter of fact, she claimed that she got locked up due to Kel owing money to the IRS.
Now hold up now. So he owed the IRS money, but she was the one that got locked up? This don't even sound right. Auntie Regina was born at night, not last night. Stop playing with me, baby. Stop playing with me.
Besides the money issue, Tyisha alleged that after their divorce, Kel sold their family home and left her homeless. She also accused him of mistreating and abandoning their 2 children.
Wait a minute, baby. Now, where did y'all get divorced at? Night court? Because What judge is going to allow him to sell a house and leave you and your children homeless? I am so confused.
In response, Kel posted an image of a blue cap on Instagram and captioned the post with this Bible verse.
Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight. Hallelujah.
Tyisha wasn't finished, though. In July 2021, she accused Kel of putting his hands on her during and after their marriage. She also accused him of financial abuse and said he committed fraud and violated multiple court orders. Tyisha also alleged that Kel had filed a falsified domestic suit against her. In a TikTok post, she explained, "I wanted to get a divorce, and I was absolutely done, and I wouldn't allow him to cheat on me." Things between them took a bizarre turn in July 2022 when Tyisha hopped on her TikTok account.
Okay, so this is circa 1998, and Kel had cheated on me in New York, and I had decided that I was going to move out and go back home with my parents. A couple of my friends had called me or talked to me and said, hey, Kel's saying that, he's gonna kill himself, and just please talk to him one last time. So I decided to come and talk to him one last time. I kind of hear sounded like a television or something, but like people talking or a television. And I go into the guest bedroom and I open the door and I see Nick in my full cheerleading uniform, with his little skinny legs, wearing socks, and Kel's like partly in the bed with like a wife beater on. And so I am just in shock. But I didn't think it was anything weird, or I didn't think it was anything like Nick and Kel were ever in a relationship or were doing anything sexual. That was never in my mind at all.
Now that sounds like a damn lie. If you're gonna lie, then you gotta make it believable, Tyisha. Tell a different lie. Pick a different lie. Pick a different one, girl. Child, Kel done skeeted in the wrong thing. You hear me?
Kel had enough by this point, so he took the matter to court. According to Radar Online, he told the judge, "Tyisha has done everything in her power to drag me through her path of destruction." Kel claimed the divorce had been so contentious, he had to file for bankruptcy. He said he was forced to start over and rebuild his relationships and his career. In addition, Kel said he had to spend years and thousands of dollars to defend himself against all of Tyisha's lies.
With her lying ass.
He was especially hurt by the allegations that he was a bad dad, which he said was the furthest thing from the truth, since he was responsible for purchasing his children's first cars and paying their tuition. The exes appeared in court in August 2022. According to Radar Online, Tyisha threw a fit at the hearing because she believed the court was conspiring against her. She requested that the court investigate the matter, but her request was denied. In December 2022, their daughter Allure sided with Tyisha by stating Kel had been absent in her life for the past 10 years.
My dad wasn't there for me for 10 years. So one, he wasn't there for 10 years in my life until I was, he didn't come back in my life until I was 15, and he was out of my life when I was the age of 5. So my dad wasn't financially or emotionally there for me. Like me, myself, I was homeless. My family's still homeless. My mom still doesn't have a house because he sold the house from my mother that we were all living in. And I was young, and my mom spent years and years and years fighting for it. That's what I'm mad at him for.
On top of that, Allure claimed Kel wouldn't pay for her medical insurance out of fear that Tyisha would use it for herself. Allure said, "He lives in this delusional world that my mother is out to get him. No, she's out to get what's owed to her." Allure ended her video by saying Tyisha was the one who had lost everything. Allure added, "Yet Kel Mitchell, my father, gets to live in a 5-bedroom house in the valley. Yet in his eyes, I'm ungrateful. I never cared about your money. I just needed my dad."
Now, I do not like it when grown folk bring children into their business and into their mess. 9 times out of 10, the children who live with the mother are going to pick up the mother's point of view, all right? Because it's biased, right? But I really believe children need to stay out of their divorced parents' business as much as possible.
While Kel didn't publicly address Allure's accusations, the Shade Room mysteriously obtained documents that proved that in 2012, Kel attended reunification therapy with Tyisha and their children. The therapy session was allegedly the first time he had seen the children in 6 years. The documents also proved that Kel had actively attempted to get visitation rights for several years after the split.
So she wasn't letting him see the kids.
In February 2023, a judge sided with Kel and declared he didn't owe Tyisha any money. The judge added that the $425,000 she received from the sale of their home covered any back pay she was owed.
Now beat it, Ashy.
Unsurprisingly, Tyisha wasn't happy with the judge's ruling, and days later, she claimed Kel still owed her $1.9 million. Once again, Kel demanded the court throw out all of her motions against him. He took it a step further in March 2023 by asking the court to fine Tyisha $12,300 for continuously spreading lies about him and abusing the court system. It wasn't until May 2024 that Kel was finally ready to tell his truth. During an episode of Club Shay Shay, he revealed that Tyisha cheated on him during their marriage and allegedly became pregnant by multiple men.
Yeah. Now we gonna have to give this man a slow clap because he held this close to the vest for a very, very, very long time and tried not to throw her ass under the bus. So slow clap for him. Ready? Go.
He went on to say she stopped coming home, and he found her at a hotel with a friend that used to come over. The authorities eventually arrived at the premises and advised Kel to get out of the situation. However, Kel admitted that he rejected their advice and stayed in an attempt to make it work for the kids.
Them kids, hell.
So, yeah, after all these years of Tyisha dragging him through the mud, Kel was sitting on some piping hot tea that he could have used against her at any moment. Instead, he took the high road and allowed her to bash him on social media and in various courtrooms over and over and over again.
Yep, should have sat her ass down somewhere.
Rumor has it that if you say Tyisha's name 3 times, she'll pop up like Beetlejuice.
Tyisha, Tyisha, Tyisha. Better not pop her ass up over here.
So following Kel's appearance on Club Shay Shay, Tyisha fired up her social media account to deny his claims.
I swear, every time he speaks, I'm just like, what? What? What is happening?
Girl, shut your ass up.
I really do think that sometimes when people have mental issues and they have, well, I don't even know if it's a mental issue, really. He thinks that this is how, like, he stays famous, is to just act like you know, like a poor guy with my wife cheating on me. It makes the stuff that he did to myself and our children more tolerable. It's really interesting to me because he lies about stuff that's just ridiculous. He's still in the industry, but he was definitely used by people in the industry. And he really needs to get some healing for that. And he needs to just, you know, come out and say that. And I know that he's told me before that the reasons that he's wanted to end his life were because of the child sex that he received from being on Nickelodeon.
Kel has received endless support from his fans, and he's definitely appreciative of all the love. In an Instagram post, he wrote, "Your support means the world to me. I will continue to pray for you, and please pray for me." Do you believe Kel's version of events? I do, ooh. Or are you Team Tyisha?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
Malika Hack and her twin sister Khadija have worked in the entertainment industry for decades. But in recent years, Malika has gained more attention for her affiliation with the Kardashians and for her messy love life. When she popped out with a belly and failed to acknowledge the child's father, OT Genesis, we knew the relationship was a hot, stinking mess. So today, we'll be doing a deep dive into their romance. But before we get into it,
I'm in love with the jerky. I'm in love with the peanuts. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the snacks.
To give you some better insight, we have to take you back to March 2010 when Long Beach native Otis Oliver Flores, better known as OT Genesis, was arrested for 2 counts of theft. He was sentenced to 15 days in Los Angeles County Jail and 36 months of probation. That same year, he welcomed a son with an unidentified woman. He later told The Breakfast Club that his son was diagnosed with autism.
When they told me, it was kind of like, I was in denial.
And he was grateful that his son's mother didn't have to work, so she could give their son all of the attention he deserved. While all this was happening, he kept busy making music under his alias OT Genesis. The OT stands for overtime or out of town, and he told Billboard that Genesis means the beginning. He changed the spelling of Genesis and included the A because he said he didn't want to be criticized by the church folk.
He right, because the sanctified Sallies will get you every time. Okay, they stay lurking.
He filmed a video for his song Jackie Chan and released it on YouTube. In case you're unaware, the song goes a little something like this. Me.
Got stunt, rubber band, I'm fly, Peter Pan, I stunt, Jackie Chan. The hell he talking about? Rapper these days don't be saying nothing.
Someone brought the music video to 50 Cent's attention. 50 liked what he heard and signed OT to his G-Unit record label.
G-Unit.
OT headed out on tour with 50 and said he had a lot of fun performing and living out his dream. He dropped the song Touchdown in 2014, and the reception was lackluster. It was around this time that he realized 50 had only signed him for a single deal. So what exactly is a single deal? Well, it's a deal for only one song, not an entire studio album.
So 50 saw a sucker and licked it. Is that what you're trying to say?
OT told our favorite podcasters over at R&B Money.
So I'm like, oh, what's going on? He's like, no, this is just a single deal. Like, this is how things work or whatever. I'm like, oh, I thought I was signing 50 forever. You know what I mean?
OT said he was disappointed and a bit confused, but he remained cordial with 50 and put his focus back on his career. While out at a Hollywood night spot, he bumped into Busta Rhymes.
Out in the neighborhood or nah? Where you see him exactly? Was he holding hands with somebody? I'm just asking.
Busta asked him which label he was signed to, and OT told him he was no longer signed and parting ways with G-Unit. Busta believed in OT and his talent, so he signed him to his imprint label called Conglomerate Records. OT told R&B Money Podcast that this time he signed an actual deal to drop an entire album, and he was given an upfront advance. He took the money and started partying for an entire year.
That sounds fun as hell.
A rep for the label reached out to OT and told him that if he didn't release some music, they were going to drop him. So he recorded a song and filmed a big-budget music video. OT didn't like how the video turned out, so he told Busta he was going in a different direction and that he wanted to release a song he had just recorded the night before called Coco. Busta trusted OT and allowed him to move forward with Coco. The budget was gone, so they took a camera crew to the projects to get some shots for the music video. Coco was released in October 2014 and peaked at number 5 on the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart. He followed that up with another top 40 hit, Cut It, featuring the late Young Dolph, which was released in September 2015.
Cut it. Cut it. Yeah. Cut it. Them bricks is way too high. You need to cut it. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it.
He released 2 mixtapes on Busta's label, and then in July 2016, he got arrested at an Atlanta airport for having a loaded firearm. While all that was happening, he was spotted on vacation with newly divorced Basketball Wives star Malaysia Pargo in August 2016. Not only were they vacationing together, but OT reportedly paid for the entire trip and flew Malaysia's friends out to join them. Naturally, people assumed they were an item. Neither of them confirmed their romance at the time, and OT had other things to worry about. In January 2017, he was arrested for driving under the influence and reckless driving. He was placed on 36 months of probation and was ordered to enroll in a 3-month first offender alcohol program and was ordered to pay a little over $1,300 in restitution. And then 10 months later, it was clear that Malaysia was completely out of the picture.
Bye, Ashley.
OT showed up for an interview at the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne the God noticed Malika sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah. Hold on, that's one of them twins out there?
Huh?
That's Malika or Masika. What's the twins' name? That be with Khloe Kardashian? You dated one of them?
My blast like that.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Damn,
I'm like, why she randomly sitting in the lobby?
My goodness.
That's your boo? I like this player. You out here living the life, huh? So Uncle Charlotte got to live vicariously through you young boy.
Charlamagne messy as hell.
From there, OT and Malika were spotted all around town and at Lakers games. Malika, who had just ended her relationship with Jersey Shore castmate Ronnie Ortiz Magro a few months prior, always looked happier than a pig in slop in OT's presence. She and OT vacationed in Haiti and attended Kris Jenner's Christmas Eve bash as a couple.
I have a mom. I've been adopted. Finally, I have a home. And guess what? Guess who it is? Mommy. Mommy. Mommy! Hey!
Okay, you're grounded.
But the good times didn't last long. In January 2018, which was 2 months after they went public with their romance, the Jasmine brand reported that OT and Malika had called it quits. The pair deleted their photos on social media and mutually hit that unfollow button. On February 13, 2018, it appeared that Malika was trying to spin the block with Khloe's little brother, Rob Kardashian, whom she previously hooked up with. Amid Rob's volatile relationship with Angela White, who went by the name Black China at the time, Malika tweeted, "Rob Kardashian, how come you never call me anymore? I'm the perfect comeback. Hashtag Black China who? Hashtag I think I love you."
With her thirsty ass.
But the very next day, which just so happened to be Valentine's Day, Malika posted a cute video of her and OT, confirming they had rekindled their relationship. 3 months later, in May 2018, Malika took to her social media to write, "Love doesn't fail. People do. Falling in love can be one of the most beautiful things. Unfortunately, being vulnerable to one's choices can lead to heartbreak." The Shade Room dug a little deeper and confirmed that OT had allegedly cheated on Malika multiple times. A source close to the couple told the gossip blog, "He's out all the time and staying at hotels. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what he's up to." OT wasn't about to let her go that easily, though. Behind the scenes, he was working hard to win her over. And in October 2018, he took things one step further by professing his love for her in a public love letter. A portion of the letter read, "As men, we often have pride that makes us not want to do certain things. I would do anything in this world for you. You're not only my partner, but my best friend. God told me to love you forever, and that's what I plan on doing. This letter is to thank you for everything you do and to tell you I love you." It was a sweet gesture, but it wasn't enough to save their failing relationship. In June 2019, Malika shared a photo of herself wearing a white see-through dress with the caption, "Single." A source told People magazine that it was hard for both of them to give their all to the relationship because of OT's profession. The source added that there was no bad blood between them.
Shut your ass up, Khloe. We know you're the source.
3 months later, Malika popped up with a baby bump. She told People magazine that she was focusing on her pregnancy and that she didn't want to reveal the name of her child's father at that time. She added, "My baby was made in love, and that is something that will unfold at a later date."
Girl, sit your ass down and just say you waiting for the paternity test results. Malika said, "Screw a gender reveal. I'm gonna do a baby daddy reveal."
Malika went on a baby moon and later told Khloe and her sister Khadijah that different women messaged her and told her that OT had been sliding into their DMs. The women even provided screenshots of their flirty online interactions with the rapper. Malika responded,
and I was like,
Why'd you respond to her?
I was like, not my man, not my problem.
Oh my God.
I know that's right, Malika.
Ahead of her February 2020 baby shower, Keeping Up with the Kardashian cameras captured Malika breaking down in tears as she explained how she felt the baby shower was more about everyone else than it was about her. Khloe later said in a confessional,
I know that Malika bursting into tears really has nothing to do with Khadijah or myself. We can imagine that it has something to do with OT. It's something that's deeper than us.
OT showed up at the baby shower and posed for pictures with Malika, and they both looked happy and excited. In an Instagram post, Malika confirmed she had been single for the past 8 months, but she wasn't alone on her new journey. She added, "OT and I have attended every doctor's appointment and overall loved our son together while anticipating his arrival." She gave birth to their son, Ace Flores, in March 2020. Although OT hasn't dropped a studio album, he has been busy releasing singles and collaborating with other artists, so he hasn't been as involved as Malika anticipated. During an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she expressed how OT didn't feel the urge to help her set up their son's nursery. Malika added, "So I guess I need to get a handyman here to put this crib together because his dad doesn't do stuff like that." 7 months after welcoming their son, the Shade Room asked OT if he thought he would ever rekindle his relationship with Malika. OT laughed off their question at first, before stating, "We're just chilling right now, man. She's doing her, I'm doing me." He described Malika as being his friend and his dog, and said they were just trying to figure out where their lives were going.
Let me tell y'all something. Anytime a man referred to you as his friend, his dog, his homeboy, saying y'all just chilling, you not his main, you ain't his woman, you ain't the one he want, you ain't the one he envisioned himself with, you ain't the one he want to settle down with. While he realized you may be a good girl, you ain't the one. Got it? Get it? Good. All right.
By June 2021, Malika was spotted with Love Island star Johnny Middlebrooks. That little fling didn't last long.
I don't know, y'all. I'm noticing a pattern, so I'm just gonna say it. OT ain't really Malika's type. There, I said it. Okay, carry on.
While Malika and OT focused on raising their smart and adorable baby boy, all hell broke loose. In December 2019, OT released a song called Never Knew, a remix of Keisha Cole's 2005 song, Love. In the gang-banging-inspired track, OT sings his little heart out. Hit it, Auntie Regina.
Y'all really want me to sing this bullshit? Have y'all heard the damn song? Girl, hold on a minute. me. 'Cause never knew that I was crippin'. If a nigga get to trippin', I'm alright. God, this ninja is a damn fool.
Upon discovering the thugged-out version of her hit song, Keisha expressed disappointment that OT didn't get her permission before he released the song. She added,
I'm really trying to get back to where my music used to be, so I would like my classics to be left alone.
The song was eventually removed from YouTube for copyright infringement, and a feud between Keisha and OT erupted. OT went on Instagram Live and claimed Keisha's coochie smelled like fish sticks.
You smelling like fish sticks, fish sticks.
Lee, he messy as hell. Fix it, Black Jesus, not fish sticks. She finna dog walk his ass, ain't she?
Keisha clapped back in a tweet where she called OT a lame-ass turtle head-looking ass nigga. Their never-ending feud continued throughout the years. Things seemed to have simmered down, up until Keisha said she would vote for 21 Savage in an R&B battle against OT. From there, OT made some disgusting comments about Keisha's mother, Frankie, who was in rehab at the time. That's when Keisha's sister, Elite Noel, jumped into the online battle. Elite posted an Instagram photo of Malika and Ace along with the caption, "Hey, OT Genesis, you said you don't like street bitches and hoes and drug addicts, but your baby mama been sucking dick in and out the Hollywood Hills for decades. Black dick, white dick, small dick, big dick, skinny dicks, fat dicks, rich dicks, popping pills like they Tylenols. I want all the smoke about my mama, and since I can't catch him, you gotta take the licks, Malika. I ain't talking about his baby nor his other kids. I'm talking about his bitch. Any of them. All of them. Line them the fuck up."
Yeah. Malika said, now why am I in it?
After that, OT was ready to wave the white flag. During an onstage moment, he sent his condolences to her family after Frankie passed away. And he told the crowd that after meeting Keisha, he discovered how sweet she really was. He apologized to her, and Keisha accepted his apology.
Everybody, I love you. I'm sorry.
As of this video, Malika and OT are still co-parenting, and she has expressed her desire to have more children. During an episode of The Kardashians, Khloe suggested that her brother Rob should be Malika's sperm donor, since they already slept together in the past. However, Rob told Khloe that his asparagus was no longer working properly, so he wouldn't be a good candidate.
Not the limp noodle. What's wrong, Rob? He just need to lose a little weight. I think that's what it is. You know, estrogen too high, testosterone too low. He just need to flip the script on the hormones. That's it. That's it.
Although this entire story was a hot, spanking mess from start to finish, we wish OT, Malika, and their family nothing but the best. O'Neal Bryan, who? Better known as Elephant Man, had a successful career as a member of Scare Dem Crew and as a solo Jamaican dancehall artist. When Diddy caught wind of his electrifying stage shows, he signed him to Bad Boy Records in 2007.
Anytime you mention Diddy, I know it's about to be some mess.
In recent days, Elephant Man has made headlines after admitting he has fathered 38 children. Before we jump into today's video,
shake that booty, turn it around, back that ass up, grab some snacks.
We were able to find out some of his children's names. There's Olivia, Omar, Omeka, Oneida, Eli 1, and Eli 2, to name a few.
I know you lied. in the boomer clot?
In an interview with the Jamaica Observer, Elephant Man said fathers are the first role models for their children, and it's a father's responsibility to motivate and shape their children's minds. He added,
I believe fathers have the influence to make their children grow up and become good citizens. This is because in parenthood, kids look up to the fathers more than to their mothers. Oh, really? And what study is that from, Elephant Man? I'll wait. I bet you can't remember all 38 of your kids' names. Talking about the influence. Child, please.
He also admitted that his entertainment career affected his relationship with his children. Most of his children lived in the U.S., and he didn't get a chance to see them that often. Because they all wanted to spend time with him, he sometimes planned big pool parties at his home so they could all be together. But as his children got older and were able to speak for themselves, one of them spoke up about Elephant Man being a deadbeat pappy.
Lord, here we go. Here we go.
In 2016, Elephant Man's son, who was 21 at the time, launched a career in dancehall and performed under the name of Ellie Trunk. He released a diss track aimed at Elephant Man called Sperm Donor.
Fix it, Jesus.
In the lyrics, he accused Elephant Man of neglecting his children. After dropping the track, he also released an audio recording of Elephant Man going off on him.
Boy, let me tell you this. Liquor boy, let me tell you this. Liquor idiot bumblewall. Me just blood clot tell you for make you know this. Now make me see you nowhere. Liquor bumblewall. You know me and dirty ways, liquor boy. A liquor blood clot boy. What you know about me? You come a liquor boy. A wrong man you ramp with. Ask the world. Me a madman. Wrong blood clot man you played. But know your size. See. But sit down on a blood clot know your size. Like a batty boy. But know your size.
Some cussing out of a young man by a voice purported to be that of Elephant Man. Are you confirming now?
I'm confirming that it is him.
And I don't care if he is a deadbeat ass pappy. He's still your deadbeat ass pappy, okay? We ain't give a shit when Kirk Franklin cussed his son out, and we ain't gonna give a shit when Elephant Man cussed his son out. These kids think they setting their parents up, gonna try to trigger them, and then when they get their ass handed to them and get fussed at, then they want to record.
During a sit-down interview with Onstage TV, Ellie Trunk said he regretted releasing the diss track and that he didn't want anything from his father. He wanted to make a name for himself in the music industry without using his dad's name. An insider close to Elephant Man told Urban Island's website that Elephant Man was upset about the song, and he wasn't even sure if Ellie Trunk was his biological child.
That ain't even his picnic. Jesus, be a paternity test.
A couple of his children's mothers have made the news as well. In 2013, a Jamaican-based international cocaine ring involving kingpin Andrew Flipper Mafia Davis was brought down by federal agents. One of Elephant Man's baby mamas was arrested alongside 9 others, and in 2015, she was sentenced to 5 years in prison for distribution of cocaine and a second-degree conspiracy charge. And then in October 2016, a woman named Shamar Grant, who had a son with Elephant Man, was asleep in her St. Andrew home. Her son, who was 13 at the time, was sleeping in the bed with her. Around 3:20 a.m., assailants opened fire on Shamar through an open window. She lost her life at the age of 35. Through the years, people have attempted to get to the bottom of why Elephant Man chooses to have so many children with multiple women. This has also led to questions about his sexuality and whether he's trying to cover up his preference by being fruitful. In 2013, a radio station announced that Elephant Man's gardener caught him in a pool with 6 homosexual men. Elephant Man denied the allegations and demanded an apology from the radio station. Some of his anti-gay lyrics also have left people wondering if he's struggling with his sexuality. In his 1999 song, We No Like Gay, Elephant Man sings about catching gay people by surprise and ending their lives. And then in his 2001 song, Log On, he says,
Testing. Log on and step on, chichi man. Log on from say icky man. Log on and step on, chichi man. Dance we a dance and a bun out a freaky man. Girl, what that mean, girl?
Basically, the song describes stomping on a gay man and setting him on fire.
Yeah. He got issues. Got real issues. That hatred a little too strong for somebody who ass ain't even involved. And I literally mean ass. Like, if they ain't coming for your ass, why you worried about it? How come they can't just do what the hell they want?
A webpage for BBC Two used the song to promote the network's series called The History of Reggae. After receiving several complaints, the BBC was forced to remove the song from its website.
Them white folk didn't know what the hell that song meant, just like we didn't know what the fuck that song meant.
Hey, Sarah, come listen to this.
No, Steven, no.
Many researchers believe that homophobic lyrics in dancehall music prevent people from living their truth. Caribbean leaders once asked former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair for help after they became concerned that homophobia was preventing people from getting tested, since HIV in the Caribbean is stigmatized as a gay man's disease. Elephant Man had a whole new set of problems to face when he was arrested for sexually assaulting a 31-year-old woman during an incident that occurred back in 2012 at his home in St. Andrew, Jamaica. 4 years later, the case was dismissed after it was revealed that the alleged victim mysteriously lost her life. During a 2020 interview with the Jamaica Observer, Elephant Man stated he had 20 children. By the time 2024 rolled around, he had added 18 more children to his family, bringing the total to 38.
What in the reckless life choices is going on here?
Dirty man. Dirty man. During an Instagram live session, Elephant Man said he never uses protection, so having more children in the near future is a strong possibility. He also addressed rumors that have been floating around for years that he's living with AIDS. Elephant Man denied the allegations and added, "Me stay strong cause the fittest of the fittest shall live, and God not want no weakness in him camp."
God said, leave me out of the antics of your community, dang-a-lang.
Besties, how many more children do you think Elephant Man will conceive? Leave your guesses down below.
Well, that brings us to the end of our messy relationship marathon. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we wish everyone a safe and happy new year.
Ba la 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 la.